much.
Thank you.
Shelly's over my shoulder. We're going to go and have a chat with her right now. Shelly, who do you have with you?
I have Stefanie Stolzel with me today, and she's from the Tea House here in the Covent Garden Market. Welcome, Stefanie.
Thank you very much.
You have all kinds of really interesting looking teas here and contraptions, and I wondered if you might be able to tell us about these.
Yeah, I thought I would start out today with an iced tea. It's our famous mango iced tea recipe. It's really straightforward. You make the tea twice as strong as you normally would make your tea.
Okay.
So on a liter of water, you use 10 teaspoons of tea. Okay. Let it steep for 5 minutes and take out the leaves.
Yes.
And all you do, yeah.
And then would this be boiling water when you first make the tea?
This would be boiling water, that's correct. Then you add 1/3 of a can of lemonade to a pitcher of ice. This is just to taste. You can also leave it out or add a little bit of maple syrup if you would like a sweetener.
Okay.
All you do is you then add the boiling tea or the hot tea over the pitcher of ice.
Interesting. Now see, when I make iced tea at home, I have the powdered kind and I mix it with cold water.
Yes.
This is the real way to make iced tea.
That's the real way to make the iced tea for sure. The advantage there is when you pour it right over the ice is that it doesn't get as cloudy as it does when you let it cool down first.
Okay.
I had to move in with you ladies here because I love it as well.
You like
so
tea?
good, so good. Yes, I do.
Well, I guess I better get you to try some.
I do. Yeah, you better get
that'd be
some. I'm going to
wonderful.
snuggle in just a little bit here.
For sure.
And you know the interesting thing too about hot versus cold tea, like here in Canada, when we say tea, we automatically think hot tea. When you're in the United States, you say you'd like a cup of tea, they automatically jump to the conclusion you want a cold tea, an iced tea. So it's interesting. We're having a cold tea, and it started off hot.
Oh.
Yes, and then she poured it over the cold ice.
There we
Cheers,
go.
ladies. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ladies. Cheers, ladies. Oh, so good. So good.
So much nicer than the kind you get in the powdered form.
Excuse me if you ladies talked about it before I joined you, but how long have you been here at the market?
We are now in the market for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
How have you seen the market change? I mean, the market. I only moved here 5 years ago. So, what's it been from in the past 10 years? How have you liked it? How have you seen it change?
I love the market. It's
Yeah.
really a great place to be. There's lots of activities going on. You have a lot of people that you get to know and meet. There's always a festival in the summer here, so it's a great place just to
nice, eh?
meet and mingle. Yeah.
We're going to have a look at your location here. Have a look at this, and here you can just. And we can maybe describe. There you are, right there. The tea house. Isn't that real nice?
That's very nice.
How'd you get the concept of all of it? How'd you put it together 10 years ago?
Yeah, when I came first to London, actually, that was 12 years ago, and I grew up in Germany. And when I came to London, there was no place where you could go for a good cup of tea. So there was definitely a need there, and here we are today.
And obviously there's a lot of varieties of teas that we can enjoy.
That's right.
This is so incredibly good, everybody. Isn't
really
it
is.
great? Like, you know what? This is one of those drinks that you're almost tasting it with the aroma even before it it hits your mouth. It's just incredible. Holy moly!
Now, Stefanie, our teas, they're leaves, right? Where coffee is a bean. Teas are leaves.
Yes. And I actually brought you along some tea that I just brought back from Japan. In April, I went to Japan and Korea. So I was 2 weeks in Japan, 1 week in Korea, and I brought back this tea. It's the first harvest of the year, so it's a very special treat, and it's pretty much freshness in a cup.
And you can only get it here.
You can only get it here right now at the Tea House. And you can see, the color of the tea is just incredible.
Sure.
It's totally different compared to the iced tea that you just experienced.
That's nice. How far things have come. I remember, my grandmother years and years. There was only like Red Rose or and that was it. When did the tea revolution really start? How long ago?
I would say in Canada, a few years ago, probably 5-6 years back. That's when you noticed for a few more tea shops to pop up. In Germany, actually, something like a Rooibos, which I'm going to introduce you to in a minute, has been around already for 20 or 25 years. And again, it's one of the very healthy teas.
And I noticed that these contraptions are all very unique. I wouldn't even know how to operate these, actually.
Yeah. You'll probably actually love this one here because the one that I'm steeping the Rooibos in, it's called a miraculous tea maker. All you do is actually sit it right on top of the cup and it strains your leaves out.
Look at that.
Whoa!
That's neat.
There we go. And your tea is ready.
Look at me!
Without
Like,
any leaves in
wow!
there.
Whoa. That was neat there. Give
So
it a
again,
go there. And
there we
what
go.
is this one here?
This one is our lemon ginger Rooibos. Rooibos is a plant grown in South Africa. It has lots of nutrients and antioxidants. It's also caffeine free, which a lot of people love. And you can give it to infants when they have a colic. It's very safe for children. It's supposed to help with a stomach ache.
And for colic, you said?
For colic
Oh,
as well, yeah.
Good to know, all the moms out there, for sure.
The other thing that I love about it is that you can actually use it for allergies. It helps to tone down some of the allergy symptoms, like a runny nose as well.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk a little bit more, but before we do, if someone comes in to see you here and they want to sample, can they buy just enough to do a cup or two, or how does that work?
Yeah, that normally works if you haven't tried a tea and
Yeah.
you're not sure if you like it or not.
Yeah.
You can come to our store. We'll give you a free sample for 2 or 3 cups.
Well, that's nice. I wasn't expecting that, but that's great. How many different kinds do you have there?
We have about 200 different types of tea.
So don't come in and ask her to sample every one of them and walk out there with 2 little. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break. What are we gonna go into next here?
Actually, the last one would be the matcha powdered green tea. It's the healthiest green tea that you can get.
Oh, the healthiest
go.
green tea you can get. You can't go anywhere. We'll have more daytime right after these. Another summer reminder from Rogers TV that water restrictions are in effect June, July, and August. To find out more about those restrictions, go to the city's website, which is london.ca. Welcome back to Daytime and our special summer shows on location from the Covent Garden Market, King Street, right in the heart of downtown London. And there's the Tea House. Nice. And here's Stefanie, the co-owner of the Tea House. Great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for hanging out for another segment. For people who just joined us, just give us a bit of background, how long you've been here in the market.
We have been for the past 10 years in the Covent Garden Market, and we started out because there was just a need for tea here in London 10 years ago. So.
Nice. We're pretty spoiled. Shelley Raston, again, thank you for being with us, our singer-songwriter, our special guest co-host today. We have a bevy of different ones here, too.
We're triple-fisted.
We are, triple-fisted with good teas. Now, before the break, you said something about this green tea. I will let you tell us all about it.
So this is called a matcha powdered green tea.
Okay.
And about some of the nutrients in tea, they are not water soluble.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now this one here, they actually take the tea leaves and they grind them into a powder.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just while we're doing that, because we want to get a nice shot. So the kind of green tea this is again?
Matcha powdered green tea.
Matcha powdered green tea coming from where?
This one is from Japan.
Okay.
And this is the healthiest green tea you can
Yes,
have.
that's
Okay.
right. Some of the nutrients in tea are not water soluble. With matcha, you're consuming the whole plant, so you're consuming all the nutrients and benefits.
And just describe what this is going in. What we have here.
This is actually a tea press. You can
press?
normally you would fill loose leaf teas in the bottom of the press,
Yeah.
and it would sit like this and
Yeah.
steep. Once the tea is strong enough, you just press it down slowly.
Yeah.
Now in this scenario, matcha you would want to whisk it up. So what I'm going to do is I use it as a whisk. So it's another alternative method of using the matcha. And you see it's very foamy on top now.
Yes, it is.
and that's exactly how you would like to have the cup.
Can I ask you, I know green tea is very healthy for you. What is it about green tea that is so healthy? What does it do for your body?
For one, actually, it can help to avoid heart disease and stroke. It can help with your dentist actually will love it. It helps with cavities on your teeth.
Does it?
It
I'm
has
serving
lots-
this to my kids every morning then.
Perfect. You might be interested in knowing that actually in Japan they just started actually giving green tea to school kids and they'll gargle with it in the morning.
Yeah.
And last year actually they had a low rate of incidence for flu and cold over the last winter. So might be a new thing to try.
That
I'm going to
is.
try it for sure with my children this year.
Very good to know.
How do you decide, what teas you're going to carry because you only have so much room? How do you decide? I'm sure maybe your customers also give you some good feedback, but how do you decide what you're going to use and what you're not going to use?
Well, we're always keeping an eye on the developments in the market. We are always looking for the freshest teas that we can get. Hence my trip actually to Japan and Korea, just to be out there and see if we can get new teas in.
How great is that to make a living, going to Japan and Korea in search of teas?
Be wonderful.
People
And
must.
bringing them back here to London
Yeah,
for us.
I know,
It's
people-
wonderful.
People must just sometimes just kind of shake their heads a little bit, like if you and who do you go with? Who do you go on these?
Actually, I
trips
went on the trip by myself. I met a group over there, and then we went specifically to different tea gardens and tea factories, visited the Tea Association and lots of other places.
This is the real deal. Like the one thing I notice, and you'll know this much better than I do. Green tea. I notice some people, some products are starting to use the green tea a little bit too liberally, because I see it in stores in certain drinks. So it says green tea, but it's got like 24% sugar in it, and it's got. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that sometimes bug you when you see that green tea and
Well, it's apparently all the hype these days, but if you're coming to our store, this is the real deal.
The real
that you're
deal.
Getting,
That's
nothing else.
that was my point exactly. And is that the container that it was in right there? Is that it? I want to.
The matcha?
Yeah, is that?
This is the container that
This
we have our
one?
matcha in.
Okay.
That's right.
There it is. There it is right there. I want to get a little shot on that just so people know, because I think this is something. And there is what it looks like. And how many cups would you get out of this one here?
Out of that one, about 30 cups.
Oh, and all that. Eh? Now, can we talk about those accessories? Shelley, you just have something in your
I
hand
do.
here?
Like, this is a brilliant idea. I did not think of this until today when I saw your display.
Yeah.
Normally, when I make a pot of tea, I put it on the stove with a little, rack to keep it warm. I always break the teapot. But this is a tea light holder, so you'd put the teapot on top of this and it would keep it warm.
Absolutely.
And it keeps the heat away from the glass. That's brilliant. I just didn't think
Now,
of that.
You carry all these accessories,
Yes,
obviously.
Everything
yeah?
that we have here.
Maybe
we
that
carry.
one there. What do we got there? What do we have here?
That's actually a really nice travel tea tumbler. So if you're on the go and you would like to try some tea, I can just demonstrate it to you.
Yes,
you can
please
open
do.
it up,
Yeah.
and it has a really nice strainer.
Oh, this is great. See, where I work at London
sorry.
Life, we're all tea grannies. They'll love this segment.
You can put the
neat.
tea loose into this loose leaf filter, and then you just add it up top here. Add the hot or
Oh,
boiling water,
fantastic,
depending on the tea that you're making, and close it, and you're off to go.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, we about have a minute left here. So just if people want to come in and see you, just know maybe they could have an allergy, they could have certain things that they're feeling, and you can recommend a tea that you might think would be good for them?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
normally always encourage our customers to do some own research.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of information out there. But we can normally tell you what some of the herbs are beneficial
Yeah.
for.
Is this a shave cream applicator?
What is that there?
That's how you normally make this tea. You normally put it in here, and then you actually take this whisk, and you whisk it into this shape.
I see.
And who else at the tea house with you? You and who else is over there? Who?
It's we have 3 part-time employees.
Yeah.
It's Mandy, Beate, and Tammy, and my husband Michael. So
Okay, well, and we have time to do one teapot. Maybe that. Just tell us about that green one right there.
this green one is perfect. Actually, it keeps the tea warm for a really long time.
Yeah.
It's nice to look at. It comes in great different colors, and again, one of the other benefits is it comes with a great little filter.
Perfect.
Boy, it must be a challenge if you go out for a restaurant and order a tea.
It's a pain actually, but there's a few restaurants now in London, such as Waldo's downstairs in
Yeah.
the market. They do serve our teas, and they have a
Okay.
proper way of making it.
Wonderful.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being here. 10 years you've been here at the market
10
now?
years, yes.
Well, continued success. This was very kind of you to set up this display and provide a little drink for all our great volunteers here. And come by see Stefanie at the Tea House, located right here at the Covent Garden Market.